come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Yeah, top G. People wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Yeah, top G's only. Too many phony, masculine homies. Females acting like they are holy. Ends up being lonely. No time for game, weightlifting games, betting some flames. Too many names, breaking their chains. Me busy switching lanes. Top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Yeah, top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Your mind must be stronger than your feelings. People betray, even if they're reeling. Stay away from the demons, life has a meaning. No use in repeating, yeah. People don't like it when I keep it going. My rap is the best and I keep it flowing. My social media keeps on growing. My looks I keep glowing. Top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G. Yeah, top G, people wanna come and minus me. Everybody look at me, I'm a G. Why you mad at me? Cause I'm a G.
Can't be wrong, can't be right, can't be black, can't be white, can't be rich, can't be poor. Do you know me? Do you know me? Can't be black, can't be white, can't be rich, can't be poor, can't be weak, can't be strong. Do you know me? Do you know me?
I don't know you and me are like Coke and icy. Coke and icy. Together two and two it will become yummy. Oh so yummy. You want me, make you happy. I need you right now, hurt me. Love is okay but not in a homo way. No homo. I know this sometimes see we do talk like a baby. Talk like baby. Finally I know this you love me like you love mommy. Love your mother. Coca cannot live icy. Love you like sugar daddy. Motherfucker. Love is okay but not in a homo way.
I'm back. And I'm here to remind ya, the blue cheese is gonna get you higher. The purple lace is gonna get you higher. You'll be off your nut just like Danny Dyer in Vic Pub Benders. When you're starring on EastEnders and you're chilling with the weekender offenders, I'm gonna blend you up in you pink blenders. Yo, I'm that type of guy. Like a drug, I'm gonna get you high. Like Woody, you'll reach for the sky. When you text the bird and she don't reply, does she scroll past and think, fuck that guy? Is it just me or is she just shy? Does she not like the colour of my eye? Does she not like the love I supply? We're blasting the tunes, feeling so funky. I couldn't give a fuck, I couldn't give a monkeys.
This guy here, right, he had an action man surgically removed from his ass, no word of a lie. And he told the doctor, oh, as I was coming out of the bath, I slipped on the bath mat and I fell on it. The doctor said, oh, that's funny, because why is there a condom on it then? And he just went like this. I mean, what can you say? Odd.
We don't talk no more, never talking me. Don't like always myself. You say bye bye me, want me feel okay. Don't want to disturb me, play. This moment, why you so care? Other people looking me, I don't know. Always talking why, it is not me wrong, it's you say bye bye. I see you go to cry. So many talking, not yet try. You will happy waiting for you one time.
Here's Johnny.
Hello, you beautiful lot. How you doing tonight?
Johnny Scab, he speaks the truth. Voice for the kids, no excuse. Scab leads and strong and loud. We're the misfits, we're the crowd. On the screen he shows the way. Screw the rules we won't obey. World's gone mad but we stand tall. Scab Cast fans will never fall. Rise up, Scab Nation. Johnny's voice of the frustration. Fuck wokeness, it's a fight. In the chaos we're the light. We're the light. On the screen he shows the way. Screw the rules we won't obey. World's gone mad but we stand tall. Scab Cast fans will never fall. Rise up, Scab Nation. Johnny's voice of our frustration. Fuck wokeness, it's a fight. In the chaos we're the light. Throw aside your fear and doubt. Let your inner fire shout. March together with belief. Johnny's words bring our relief. Rise up, Scab Nation. Johnny's voice of our frustration. Fuck wokeness, it's a fight. In the chaos we're the light. We won't break. In Johnny's name we reawake. Scab Cast warriors unite. In this journey we ignite. We're the light. We won't break. We won't break. Johnny's name we reawake. Scab Cast warriors unite. In this journey we light, ignite. We're the light. 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 We won't bow. We won't break. In Johnny's name, we reawake. Scab Cast warriors unite. In this journey, we ignite. Won't bow. We won't bow. We won't bow. We won't break. We won't bow, we won't break. In Johnny's name we reawake. Scab Cast warriors unite. In this journey we ignite. And ignite. We won't break.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening on your Sunday evening. Hello, Katie Did. Adam Webber, Abu Khan, Hans Hauser, Kamikaze, thank you for gifting a membership. Who else you got? Felix Smith. Good evening. How are you doing today? On God's day, the day of rejoicing. I'm getting over a bit of a cold. I still had a bit of a cold. My voice might be a bit a bit off. Thank you for tuning in. I've got a little video later on to watch of some odd British traditions. Hello, Dennis. I started a little bit later tonight. I'm sorry for some of you that tune in at a set time, but I thought I'd start a little bit later and hopefully some more people might be on. I originally was going to do a Top Hat Club tonight, but one of the members is sick. So I wouldn't have been we couldn't really organise that, because in the Top Hat Club there's a rule where you've got to have at least 3 people in attendance for it to be an official meeting. I've been making a lot of action figures on Grok as well. I'm sure some of you've seen them. I was just messing around on X, making Comicsgate action figures and villains as well. I've got the villains. I've got Mad Matt Barr. Hello, brother. How you doing, Self-Destruct? Hello to the people. I must say hello. Danny, how you doing? Very cloudy day. Yeah, yours is good. Yours came out good, Katie. Some of them were a bit weird, but I thought they were just funny anyway, so I just let them go. But yeah, yours came out quite good, to be fair. I've got lots to work on. Yeah, there's the villain series as well. Obviously, you've got Eric July, Az, Mad Matt Barr, Smiller, Methwin. So if someone does actually make them, you got some to battle with. EVS fighting Methwin. Yeah, Matt Barr. I'll tell you something about Matt Barr. He's a weird type of pussy, is Matt. He blocks you. He'll get someone else to spy on you. He'll unblock you to comment, then he'll block you again. He's just a weird type of man. See, I don't block anyone. I mute them. If I can't be bothered to listen to them, I just mute them. I'm not bothered about blocking. I don't care if people see what I'm putting. I'll even tag you in it. I'm an honourable man. Matt Barr's a little bitchy biter. I know things like that will make him comment, because he can't help himself. His head wound won't allow him. He reminds me of one of those like middle class sort of college kids. Done too much drugs in university. His mind's blown from LSD. Now, yeah, there's some good ones. See, I even done Edwin Boyette. I done Methwin. He ain't bothered piping up. Smiller's got a sense of humour though, hasn't he? Even though he's like one of the villains in my series, he's probably the only villain with a bit of a sense of humour that'll have a laugh. I dissed him before. He just called me an idiot. I mean, fair enough. I might be an idiot to some. 13 people watching. How you doing, folks? Thank you for tuning in. I'm wearing my like a green windbreaker tonight. I don't know why. I just got a bit cold, and I thought, I think his bench. It's made by Bench. It's a skateboarding one, I think. Bar is possessed by the spirit of Tyrone. Ugh. I done lots of LSD, and yeah, the Smiller one looks good. I think. Thank you. I must say, I've never done Matt's obsession with people. It is creepy, isn't it? It is creepy. I just do it to wind him up. I just make things now. Like I said to him, I said, I'll haunt you forever. And if I was Matt Barr, I'd just ignore it. But he can't help himself. Like I said, his head wound won't allow it. Why give people like me time? Get back to doing your art, Matt. Focus on your career. Amen, Johnny. Amen. Thing is, as well, with Matt, like I'm a decent bloke. I started off nice, like I said. I've always said this. I was friends with Matt. I'm not friends, but I tried to be nice to him. I invited him on my show a few times on Comics Gate Commandos and the first ever Scab Casts. But he just turned out to be a knobhead. So it's not like I ain't give him a chance. I ain't just started picking on Matt, like jumping on the bandwagon. But he is just, some people are just born dickheads. Yeah, true. Unless he changed his name. He might have to change his identity. Because any future employers would just look online and find everything about him and be like, right, yeah, he's too hot to handle. Matthew Beverly Barr, we can't hire him. You'll have to change his name to Mr. Rab. Like in Nominated. Go and open a hotel somewhere like Norman Bates. I've got this little video for you now. The link is in the chat, everyone, if anyone wants to come in. You don't have to. Just thought you might want to keep your old Uncle Johnny company. I've got a video in the chat. I'm going to put a video up now. It's eccentric British traditions. 2 seconds. Here we are. You'll have to read it as well. There's no like talking in this. Little bits of writing come up on the screen. So get your eagle eyes ready. I'll try and pause it for you when I can. Is that working properly? Yeah. The Straw Bear Festival takes place over 3 days in January in Cambridgeshire, town of Whittlesey. The exact origins are unknown. But the Straw Bear Parade has been held in the town since the 19th century to mark the day after Plough Monday. There you are. But do you get weird pagan things like that over in your countries? We got a lot of pagan traditions here. Plough Monday. Strawberries. Hello, Seven. Spanner collector. Give me your nectar. Interesting. Wait, yeah, no worries. No smoking allowed. Oh yeah, you don't want to be wearing a straw suit, do you? And having a fag. Fuck that. A ploughman would don a bear costume made from straw and entertain townsfolk in exchange for money, beer and food. That might be a good future career for Matt Barr. Oh, what's this one? Hungerford. Hungerford is now thought to be the only town still to celebrate Tutty Day of Hocktide or Hocktide. Tutty Day or Hocktide. Happy Tutty Day, everyone. I gets ploughed on Mondays. Hello, Grim Jim. 'Tis an odd place, it is, isn't it? Yeah, all right, I'm going to let you read it yourself. I'm just going to let That looks ominous. A woman letting loads of men in. Oh, what's she up to then? Her neighbours would be twitching the curtains, wouldn't they? They'd be like, hey, Morris, old Vera next door just let 3 blokes in with suits and top hats on. Something kinky going on. Look, it's the cheese rolling. This is a cheese rolling competition. I always wanted to do one of these.
Sorry, mate.
Where's your, didn't it? Oh, fella's got some good brew. Sort of thing Bjorn would make in his shed. For those of you visiting England, those of you that are planning on visiting England, you better watch out for all this. You might get lured into some Wicker Man ceremony. You might get taken part. You might have to take part. Especially if you're a foreigner. We love getting foreigners involved. Especially if you're like a Christian virgin. There you have it. Eccentric yet essential British traditions that you shouldn't miss, I'd say. Things like that are essential to keeping the history of England before it becomes something that's just disgusting. It's very disgusting indeed. I've got another video about traditions to play in a minute. Some of them are an excuse to get drunk, but then then again, what isn't any special occasion? Name me one's, like Christmas, Halloween. People get drunk on Halloween, New Year, birthdays, Boxing Day. Everything's an excuse to get drunk. Pagans, Abu Khan don't like pagans, do you? You're a Saladin man, aren't you? Well, I'm keen on taking up one of those humble English jobs, like a commercial, ornamental hermit. Yeah, you could go and live on a little island out in the Thames. You could be the London hermit. You get like now and again you get garbage trawlers coming past. You might like tugboats. You might be able to like trade with them. I always wanted to live in a little island, like not one that was like really far away from a main country though, just offshore a little bit. So in an emergency, I could probably like swim back if I had to. I'd get them to call me like, I'd make like myths up about me. I'd be like the frog man or something. If I had like people come over that I didn't want coming onto my island, I'd act all weird and insane. I'd be like crouched down like a frog and I'll start hopping at them till they shit themselves and then got back on their boats. Chucking rocks at them. Yeah, that's all you got to do. Saturday is Sunday. It's 4:20 somewhere in the world. Indeed it is. Solid strategy it is, isn't it, Nick? It's like being in prison. You just got to act mental. No one wants to fuck with you. That's all I'd done when I was in Borstal. I just acted like a complete freak. No one wants to touch you. You don't know what he's going to do. You can fucking gouge your eyes out with his thumbs. That's a good move in a bad situation. If you're ever in a life-threatening situation, using your thumbs and pressing into their eyes, that usually works quite well. Especially if you're a woman and you've got like long nails, that'd be nasty. I haven't got long fingernails. I bite my fingernails sometimes. It's a bad habit. I've got like little stubby fingernails. It's annoying sometimes. I'll let them grow a little bit, but when I haven't let them grow, I can't even open a can of Coke. I've got like a slippery, stubby finger. So I usually get like a coin and just crack it open with a coin because I've got stubby sausage fingers. 1,000-yard stare's good as well, to be fair, yeah. But it don't really work for someone like me. I think the mask's enough. If they see me with my mask on, then there's only two reactions. They either stay away or they're really intrigued. They want to know why you're wearing it. Most of the time, people just stay away. They think I'm special. Especially when I'm out in the daytime and I've got it on, just like nonchalantly, down in the precinct. Take it no one wants to come on then. No one wants to come on and keep Uncle Johnny company. Yeah, I understand. I know how it is. Well, here's another video for you. More British traditions. I haven't watched this one, so I don't know what we're going to get. It's a lucky dip. Britannia rules the world. Oh. I've got someone in the green room. I was only joking. You're right, Grey Cloudy Day. How you doing, brother?
Hey, buddy.
You all right, mate?
Can you hear me?
Coming in. Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
You having a good Sunday?
It's okay. Just cooler. Like the weather's starting to change, and this week we're going to be getting really cold. So, but
Yeah,
today ain't
it's
too
cold.
bad.
It's cold over here as well. It's really cold in England at the minute. It's probably our coldest month.
Oh yeah. I think February is usually the end of February going into March is always like these last 2 weeks will probably be some of the coldest weather we'll have. Like I think anyway, sometime this week in the nighttime we're going to be getting down into like 12 or lower degrees, which is when you don't get a lot of cold weather, that's pretty brutal when it gets that cold. Like if you get close to single digits or teens or even close to zero. I didn't mean to come in here. Well, sorry.
That's right, mate. I'm just playing a video about very strange British traditions.
Yeah, let's watch some more of it. Sorry.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, God.
That's a Scottish thing, that is. They're nuts, they are.
Yeah, I see a kilt, so.
I mean, they just throw a telephone pole around, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That was a strange one. Do you have any strange American traditions? Like
I don't know. I was
unique?
trying to think of that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
I guess in America it's bigger, isn't it? So every state would have their own little traditions, I guess, wouldn't they?
Yeah, there's like when you were talking about pagan stuff, I know there's a huge pagan community in the United States. And like
Yeah.
I went to a pagan gathering years ago. Like I dated this girl, I dated this girl she claimed to be a witch. She was more of a person that just liked to call, like it was more of a shock value thing. But because of that, I knew a lot of, you know what I mean? I know a lot about different things. And I got to go to, it was near Atlanta, somewhere in Georgia. And they had like a gathering, on like a Native American site, because the Native Americans and a lot of pagan religions they're like cool with each other. And so the Native Americans were letting them use that, that property to have the thing on. But
That's interesting.
It just made me think, because you had asked about if there was many pagan, I can't think of a lot of holidays that we think are like, like a lot of holidays that some people have no clue about are come from, they might be current now, but if you go back in history, it like goes back that far. A lot of pagan religions, they just every so many generations, people adopt it and just change things around,
Yeah, definitely.
Is there more of that video?
I know it was just a short one. I'm looking for some more. If there's any more that we can look at, there's a few different ones.
I took a minute to come on because I was kind of hesitant because the puppies are being quiet right now, and then I thought I get on here and start talking or something, but they've all been quiet, and I'm waiting. So I went ahead and came in for a little while.
Yeah, don't worry about that, mate. It's like if you've got to go or anything, I don't mind. I'm not like, or if your puppies are making noise, it don't matter.
Well, I knew that you were originally planning for that another top hat thing, but you explained that earlier that somebody got sick. So
yeah, Death Fab's feeling a bit ill at the minute, so we're going to wait till he's better, and I'm hoping some more people might join soon. The memberships are still open.
How much is it?
It's free. You just got to have a top hat.
Yeah, I gotta find I used to have a Dr. Seuss hat, which is kind of a top hat, but I ain't had that in years.
That would count.
But a Dr.
Yeah, as long as it's a hat that goes up like a top hat, it wouldn't matter if it was a silly looking one.
Right. Well, that's what I meant. That was the only thing I can remember ever having that. Like, if I wanted it to flop over, I could, or I could make it stand all the way up.
Yeah, that's cool. I always wanted a wizard hat, like Gandalf.
That's what I've always wanted.
That'd be really cool.
Those are my favorite style of hats for wizards. Is the ones with like a big rim and they're floppy, and the top kind of folds over.
Yeah, definitely.
What's this here?
Right, this is top 10 British customs that totally confuse everyone else.
Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 British customs that totally confuse everyone else.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Best the world. Which number 10, Punch and Judy. Once thought of as primarily a seaside entertainment, the Punch and Judy show can now be found at carnivals and family events across the country. The chaotic comedy puppet show began to gain popularity during the Renaissance period and remained a firm favourite with the British public well into the 20th century. Like the pantomime at Christmas, Punch and Judy tells a story using familiar stock characters and encourages audience participation. Mr. Punch is the star of the show. The squeaky-voiced anti-hero traditionally wrestles crocodiles, beats his wife, Judy, murders interfering policemen, and sometimes puts the baby through a sausage-making machine. But it's all wholesome family fun. His famous catchphrase is, "That's the way to do it." Number 9. Mary.
Have you ever seen Punch and Judy before? Very cloudy day. Oh, he's gone. I'll carry on.
The British Isles still celebrate a wide range of historic cultural traditions which differ from coast to coast. In January alone, our citizens parade a straw bear through the streets of Cambridgeshire, read poetry over a haggis in Scotland, and burn Viking galleons in the Shetland Isles. But one of the strangest customs that survives today is a midwinter folk tradition originating in Wales. The Mary Lwyd is a mischievous white horse, or rather, a horse's skull attached to a pole, controlled by a person hidden beneath a white cloth. Dressed with festive lights and streamers, she is paraded through the town at Yuletide, accompanied by wassailas. If she gains entry to your house, your household will be blessed with luck for the year. Number 8. Dressing up posh and going to the races. Going to the races is not a tradition unique to the UK, but it's been around since Roman times and shows no signs of decreasing in populism. But the British can be a superstitious lot. The magpie thing, for instance, is getting entirely out of hand. Most people know the familiar rhyme, 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, although you might not remember all the way up to 13. But now it's also widely acknowledged that 1 magpie seen by 2 will bring joy to the both of you. And if you don't have a friend at hand, don't despair. You can still cancel out all the bad luck by either saluting the bird or addressing it with the immortal words, "Hello, Mr. Magpie, how's your wife and children?" You might get some funny looks, but it's probably worth it to put your mind at rest. Number 6. Conkers. In a simpler time, before all these newfangled gadgets, British children would spend many happy hours entertaining themselves with the seeds of the horse chestnut tree tied to bits of string. Ah, the good old days, eh? But Conkers, the traditional children's game, is actually still played in Britain. There's even a world championship. When the Conkers are ready, nice and big and easily cracked.
Yeah, that's pretty cool right there. I've seen some videos about that. Sorry.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we used to play that. We used to find them on the floor, and you'd find the biggest ones, and you could soak them in vinegar to make them harder. And then you'd drill a hole through them and put a bit of string in, and you'd have a battle with someone else's conker, and whoever's broke was the loser, obviously, and you had to you just battled until your conker broke.
Right. They get pretty serious about it in the competitions and stuff like that. That was just showing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Open. You can drill holes in them and thread them through with string. The aim of the game is to smash each other's conkers until they break. Using hardening methods such as baking, boiling, or painting with nail varnish is considered cheating. Number 5. Dancing around the maypole. Maypole dancing is a spring tradition which still survives in many areas of Europe. In the UK, the practice dates back to before the 14th century. Nowadays, maypoles conjure associations with Merry England, Morris dancers, and May Queens, but they actually have quite a checkered history and have been outlawed on more than one occasion. Most May Day celebrations involve a maypole dance, of which there are many variations. This is usually executed by pairs of boys and girls who weave around each other in opposite directions until their ribbons meet at the base of the maypole. It can all get quite complicated and usually requires plenty of practice sessions to get it right on the big day. Number 4. Christmas crackers. Have you ever watched a British film or TV special set at Christmas time and been baffled by those colourful paper crowns everyone wears around the dinner table? Then you're evidently not from the UK. So here's the lowdown. Christmas crackers are not just some made-up magical item from the pages of Harry Potter. They're bought in boxes and laid out by each place setting at Christmas dinner. At some point, you'll take a break from stuffing yourself with turkey and sprouts and pull a cracker with your nearest neighbour. The person left with the big end wins the contents. That's usually...
Hey, Johnny. Really crap, though, most crackers. You get like a little paper hat.
I'm going to get out of here because my puppies are starting to make noise. Okay.
No worries, mate. No worries. It's all right. Yeah, if you want to go, I'll catch you soon. All right.
Well, I'm just afraid that if they keep whining, that might interfere. That, like, I don't want them to be,
No, don't
the
worry about
microphone
that,
pick.
mate. I don't
Oh,
mind if
okay.
they're making noise. It's all right.
Well,
They're
they're
just puppies. They'll be all right in a minute.
well. It's just they woke up. I'll come back,
Yeah.
I'll be in the chat though if I back out of here. I just wanted you to know if that's the only reason I've been getting off of here.
All right.
Okay.
No worries.
Sorry about that.
It's all right, mate.
Or your puzzle and the aforementioned paper hat, which you're obliged to wear, at least for a few minutes. Number 3, Morris dancing. Every country should have a traditional dance, if only to wheel out on national holidays and confuse tourists. Morris dancing is a rural English folk dance that can be traced back to the time of Henry VIII, although it is thought to have originated even earlier. The dancers usually wear white or tattered jackets and attach bells to their shins. In small groups, they dance a series of rhythmic steps, usually to accordion music, over tobacco pipes set on the ground. They wave handkerchiefs and clap sticks and swords together. The dance style saw a big revival in the 1890s and then again in the 1950s and 60s. According to a 2020 survey, there are still around 14,000 Morris dancers in the UK. Number 2, Bonfire Night. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. So goes the famous rhyme, which refers to a foiled attempt to blow up Parliament back in 1605. Guy Fawkes was arrested while guarding explosives that were intended to assassinate the Protestant king, James I. We commemorate the event on Guy Fawkes Night, now more commonly known as Bonfire Night. The history of the holiday is steeped in anti-Catholic sentiment, but nowadays it's just an excuse to light bonfires, set off fireworks, and celebrate the return of cold winter nights. We do still burn effigies, though. It's not unusual to see local kids dragging around a stuffed approximation of Guy Fawkes, dressed in their dad's old jumper, and asking penny for the guy. Number 1, cheese rolling. We're not saying the British are eccentric.
We've seen that one too much. Cheese rolling. I'm surprised every country don't do a bit of cheese rolling. Good for you. Yeah. Yeah. Coughed a bit of phlegm on my mask. It's not very nice, is it? Thank you for tuning in, everyone, so far. We're coming up to 50 minutes into the show now. I've been watching, for those of you that have just tuned in, I've been watching British Traditions. I'm going to look up American ones now. Let's have a look at some of the Yank ones. There's got to be some, isn't there? You've got Tradition over there, such a thing. American things that Europeans find weird. Let's have a look at that. And I'll tell you if it's true. I'll tell you if us British find it weird. I'll react to it for you, alright?
You'll know it opens with a scene in which Samuel Jackson shows his surprise regarding the legality of cannabis smoking in Holland and the fact that the French eat their fries with mayonnaise. Ugh. Is his reaction to the use of such a condiment? Well, eat, do, believe, and say that Europeans find plain weird. Today, we'll look at some of those things. In this episode of the Infographic Show, American Things Europeans Find Weird. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you can be part of our notification squad. We'll stay with food and restaurants for the time being. As we've discussed in other shows, not everyone in the world is so draconian after receiving a cold beer would be totally insulting. In many European countries, tipping in some situations can be seen as charity. When visiting the US, many Europeans might find it weird that a waiter or waitress keeps coming back to your table. In the States, it may
Yeah, tipping in England is optional. People don't expect tips. But you can give a tip if you think it's exceptional, your service, but it's not expected at all. It's seen as a bit weird if you just tip your waiters all the time, or your waitresses over here. You only do it if you really get on, or if they've done a really good service and brought you a good meal. It's optional. You don't have to tip. Not in England. I know in America it's kind of expected, isn't it?
be seen as just good service, but to some Europeans, it could be construed as someone getting in the way of a good meal. That meal, by the way, could be about 3 times larger than many people in Europe are used to. In general, American food portions look to some Europeans like they're supposed to feed 2 people. It may also seem like an act of largesse to some Europeans when someone keeps refilling their glass of soda or cup of coffee for no extra cost. In terms of the food itself, as we noted earlier, Americans and Europeans have very different ideas about what goes with what. Pancakes for breakfast with fried chicken? Are you kidding me? Says the traveling European. And what about putting honey on bacon for breakfast? The Frenchman wanted mustard with his sliced beef and tasted something not like mustard but a sweeter version with less bite. The Italian went to Chicago and in one restaurant ordered a pizza, only to be served what he thought looked more like a quiche or a cake. So, what about when Europeans head to the store? Again, the rather affable smile and general friendliness of staff may seem strange to someone from grumpy England, where service with a smile is certainly no guarantee. In fact, it's been remarked that American friendliness can result in some Europeans thinking something suspicious is afoot.
Yeah, that's true as well. In England, a lot of people that work in shops are just grumpy fuckers. They're not all nice. They're not like, thank you, have a nice day. Only some of them. Some of them are nice. A lot of them are just grumpy. They don't want to be there.
That European is in the store to buy a pack of cigarettes or a bottle of wine, they may be extremely surprised when they get asked for ID, as that might not have happened to them for over a decade or two. On top of Europe mainly having laxer laws on age restrictions, IDing people is not such a big deal as it is in America. Only in July this year, Oasis frontman Liam Gallagher said he was ID'd in the US after trying to buy cigarettes. He tweeted, "I've just been told I can't buy cigs unless I got ID. I'm 40 has the world gone mad?" Indeed, in his home city of Manchester, he'd probably been buying his smokes for 30 years without a problem. And then the European looks inside his or her wallet, only to see a bunch of notes that all look the same, all the time wondering how this could possibly make any sense. The good thing is, in America, you can pay with plastic just about anywhere, which is something many Europeans are still not used to. They may also be unpleasantly surprised to find out, when they do buy something, taxes get added on top of the price they saw. So they try and get back to their hotel, but have to ask the way. They are told to walk 6 blocks this way and turn left. Only for some Europeans not familiar with the US, giving someone directions using blocks may seem weird. Parts of Europe were not built with city blocks in mind and just gradually spread in a way that makes it hard to find your way around. When they finally do get back, they settle down to watch some TV, only for some reason the shows are interspersed with commercials.
A lot of America is built very square and organised into grids. England is just like all over the place. We've built more like defensively. It's weird.
That seem to be longer than the actual minutes given to the actual content. This drives some Europeans crazy. At some point, they might come across World Wrestling Entertainment and be quite confused at how some Americans can get so worked up about what to them looks like an act with an ending already scripted. You may have to be an American to enjoy that kind of drama with such passion. Turn over to the news, and depending on the channel, this may also look something like a drama or a soap opera to a
That's not true. There's plenty of English wrestling fans. I know lots of them. And I used to like watching wrestling when I was younger. We don't all think it's crap. It's good entertainment.
European. They may easily believe they are watching a news satire. One of the great things in America, though, for some Europeans at least, is the fact that some things are open 24/7. Can't sleep? Just go out. Shopping hours are relatively quite restrictive in many European nations, but in most places in the US or near a big city, there is always something to do or buy in the middle of the night. In Europe, the BBC reported that London, England, and 6 cities in Spain were the better 24-hour cities. Now we'll visit the sensitive issues of religion and patriotism. World Atlas puts America at the top of the list as the most Christian nation in the world. In the US, on any given day, you might hear the word God, or at least see signs pointing to where you might find him. While parts of Europe are also predominantly Christian, the omnipresence of God in the streets may seem a little overbearing to many of these nations that have forgone church duty. It's the same with flags everywhere. You won't go far in America without seeing the stars and stripes, whereas in Europe, flags are usually designated to the top of poles outside of official buildings. Seeing one planted in a garden may induce a traveling European to believe that he is at the house of a hardcore nationalist, not just someone who is proud of where he comes from. Interesting side note, a 2014 survey revealed the most patriotic country in the world was Thailand, closely followed by the USA. While it may not seem too weird for Europeans, the fact that some people in the States carry firearms might be scary. Per capita, more people in the States own guns than any other country. While most cops in Europe do carry guns, it's unusual to see a cop in England, Scotland, or Wales carrying a gun. The fact that regular Joes might be carrying a firearm seems fairly weird to many Europeans. It might not seem so strange to Serbians, who also have a high rate of guns owned per person. Size also matters to Europeans when traveling in the States. In America, everything just seems bigger, and not just the aforementioned dishes. The roads and streets seem larger for the most part, and if you don't have a car, it can seem hard to get anywhere, especially in a place like LA. The cars themselves seem a lot bigger, large enough to crush Mr. Bean in his Mini, and the people inside them also seem big on average, if not taller, then wider on average. The skyscrapers are taller, and in general, American houses statistically have a lot more space than the average European house. One survey stated that the Danish had the most living space in Europe, still much less than Americans, but much more than the Brits, that to Americans might seem their whole house is smaller than their basement. It may not be that weird, but one might ask why everything is so big in the US. As for appearance, some Europeans may find the amount of Americans that are continually decked in what looks like gym wear a bit strange, as most are not going to the gym. Other styles that are mostly an 80s thing but seem to have stayed around a little are the big hairstyles on some older American women. Big lips and big breasts may also be a fashion weird to some Europeans, while in the USA the president still seems to sport a fake tan. On the positive side, Americans all seem to have such perfect white teeth, quite different from those Brits.
Yeah, get a little dig in at Donald Trump, didn't he, with his fake tan?
This was hilariously depicted in an episode of The Simpsons in which the Big Book of British Smiles horrifically demonstrated the apparent lack of dental hygiene in the country. So, what do you Europeans out there?
Yeah, to be fair, a lot of British people have got bad teeth, including myself. We're not the best dental system over here. Oh. American soldier versus a British. That sounds interesting. American soldier versus British soldier. We got up some feathers. Yeah, look at this.
Do you think you've got what it takes to be a
This is done from the point of view of an American, so I'm expecting it to be biased to America straight away.
Soldier? Today we are going to look at the life of soldiers in this episode of the infographic show, American Soldier versus British Soldier. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you...
Oh, we've got a treat for you people. Got my brother, Mr. Self-Destruct. How you doing, buddy? I like your hat.
I'm freezing.
Oh, you got a good hat for it. That'll keep you warm.
It's gonna get way colder. Oh fuck!
Are you out? Are you like out in the rural parts of America? Are you like?
No,
colder out?
I'm pretty close to the city, but yeah, like Gray Cloudy was saying, it's like sometimes it gets, some years rather in February, it'll get down to the teen temperatures, right? Just very, very low. I think it was 2021. It got so low, it just it killed all of my Mexican agave cactus plants. They make tequila with the agave. I had probably like 8 of them, and those fuckers were like 6 foot tall, some of them. And I'm like, they'll be okay. All right. Then the wind dropped to, wind chill dropped to like -5 or -10 or some shit. No, I don't know how British weather is, but I do, have an idea, right?
It's
cold
pretty
and wet.
cold over here. I was just about to watch this video comparing British and American soldiers. I don't know what it's going to be like.
With the most renowned arguably being the Army. If you join the military, you could also end up working in the other main branches, which are the Air Force, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, or even as a reserve. There are many more things you could do that make you a military man or woman, so to not complicate matters too much, we will discuss the American and British armies today. We'll start with how you get into the Army and what it takes to do so. The American Army is the largest and oldest branch of the US military. It was founded in 1775 to fight the British during the American Revolution. It's now one of the largest and certainly most powerful armies in the world, with a total number of personnel of just under 1 million. The Brits may have been fighting their battles for many centuries, but the British Army was only formally established in 1660. Prior to this, the English Army was the strongest military force in the region we now call the British Isles. Notwithstanding the British Army's successes and how it helped to forge an empire, the present British Army is quite small with around 112,000 personnel. So how do you become a soldier in one of these armies? In the US, you must be between the ages of 18 and 35, although if your mother or father gives you consent, you can join at the age of 17. You should probably have a high school diploma, although most military websites do say that exceptions can be made, especially if you have passed a general educational development test. They ask you not to have more than 2 dependents, and you must pass a medical exam and physical tests. They also require that you pass the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Test. We looked at example test questions online, and it seems you must know some basic English vocabulary and grammar, as well as have a fairly basic understanding of math, science, and mechanics. Do you know the meaning of the word observe, or where the coolant flows in a car? If you do, you are partway there. Once all that is done with, you can start your 10 weeks of basic combat training, commonly referred to as boot camp. If you want to join the regular British Army, you can do so at the age of 16 without any kind of qualifications. Remember that Brits can leave school at 15 if they don't or can't take A-levels. This might be a reason why the BBC reported in 2013 that 39% of new recruits to the British Army have a reading age of 11. On the other hand, to join the Officers Corps, you need some qualifications. The Army states that you can start the application process before you are 16, although if you actually join before the age of 18, you still need your parents' consent. You cannot apply if you are older than 33. The Army recruitment site says even criminal convictions won't stop you getting in. As it states, Army life is a great way to make a fresh start. You'll be given some medical tests in less than 10 minutes 30 seconds, or 12 minutes 45 seconds for females. You'll also have to do 44 push-ups in less than 2 minutes. Females only have to do 21. Once that is done, you will join a 20 to 40 week boot camp to learn basic skills and see what area you might specialize in. Once you are in, what can you expect? In the US Army, you'll receive healthcare, food allowance, housing, and pay. You might also be paid more depending on where you are deployed. Wage depends on your rank, but if you've just started out, you'll get a basic salary of just less than $2,000 a month, as well as housing benefits. After 2 years of service, this goes up, and if you are deployed somewhere like Afghanistan, you can receive extra deployment pay of $250 a month for separation from family, $150 hazard pay, and $225 for being in the line of fire and in imminent danger. British Army newbies during their long training stage will get as much as $24,890 a year. Once you are trained, you'll begin a series of steps from lieutenant to second lieutenant and earn between $33,297 and $42,669 for a number of years. A downside for British troops is that they don't seem to be paid extra for hazards and getting shot at. In fact, according to recent articles in the media, given they often work 16 hours a day, their wage ends up being less than the hourly British minimum wage. In the UK and the US Army, if you stay longer than 5 years, your rank and salary will improve greatly if you are doing a good job. Once you have decades under your belt, you might achieve colonel, and in both armies, the pay is good. A U.S. colonel with less than 2 years in the position will receive about $91,000 a year, including benefits, while the British colonel, just after promotion to the position, will receive $109,855 a year.
Yeah, with our army, it's more like you get paid more the longer you've been in there, so your money goes up every year, slightly.
Brits receive a total of 6 weeks paid vacation time a year, which includes public holidays, while US soldiers receive 30 days a year, providing they worked the full year. They also get public holidays. This amounts to about the same as a British soldier. Retirement benefits are a little confusing, as it depends on how long you have been a soldier. In the US, if you work 20 years in the Army, you'll receive 50% of the last pay packet you receive. So if you earn $70,000, you'll get around $35,000 per year for the rest of your life. If you decide to stay on each year, the 50% will go up by 2.5%. In the UK, you can wait until 55 to collect your pension, or also opt to leave the service after 35 years and collect 50% of final pensionable pay. Soldiers can also opt to pay into different pension schemes. A very important matter is life on the job, and certainly if you are working in a dangerous area. The latest statistics, according to the US Department of Defense casualty...
That's not quite correct information there. Pension age in England is 65, not 55.
Yeah, it's
You
the
have to
same
be
in
over-
America.
You have to be
65.
over 65.
The report says that the war on terror claimed
you can
the
file
lives
it
of
earlier, I think.
2,350 in and around Afghanistan from 2001 to 2015. 20,092 soldiers were injured. 40 U.S. deaths and 183 wounded followed in later campaigns in the same areas. What the government called freeing
Trashcanistan.
Iraq amounted to 4,424 U.S. deaths and 31,954 wounded. Later campaigns in Iraq have claimed hundreds more lives. Far fewer British soldiers lost their lives in the Iraq invasion, with the number reported at 179. Less than 500 were killed in Afghanistan. In fact, The Economist reports that since 1945, a total of 7,186 British soldiers' lives have been lost around the globe. The US number is over 100,000 since the same date. Another thing we should mention is the effect being a soldier might have on the mind. Reports state that US soldiers are 7 times more likely to develop post-traumatic stress disorder than UK soldiers, a condition that has been well documented in books and documentaries. Experts suggest that this is cultural, and certain cultures deal with
I
stress
know
and
what
trauma
that
in
is,
different
though,
ways.
because no offense to America,
Yeah.
but you've got like a lot nuttier commanders. Like you go into some really deadly situations, really gun ho as well. A lot of the time,
Yeah. Well,
the British Army are very tactical with their deployments. They're very they resort to fighting as a last sort of resort. They'll always try and sneak in or do it sort of peacefully if they can get away with it. And we use our fighting tactics as a last resort mostly. But
so
I
that's the
think
thing. It's like
America are very forthcoming
yeah,
with their attacks. They're
kind of
just
just
still like
throwing all these young men into a meat grinder, you know.
yeah.
So the ones who come out, the ones who make it out alive, it's like, yeah, I just saw 5 got, I just saw my platoon get, blown up right in front of me.
Guess because you've got more people in your army, like they were saying, we've not got as much forces as you.
One of the reasons for war.
They see that
is,
as like an excuse to just waste the soldiers' lives, don't they? They send more of you in.
Well, it's a purposeful thing, I think.
Yeah.
Right. I think because of the age, right, and the draft age and such like that, I think it's really like we have too many young men type of situation. It's like we don't want to have that many free thinkers in our society. Something comes down from up top, right? Like we could use another war, some shit like that, some idea like that from armchair generals, people that just sit back and design these fucking schemes to have so many young people die, and the prices they're getting. The prices they're getting paid. Like the video just went over this. Terrible. I think it said a British officer, what? Army soldier, right? Gets less than minimum wage.
Yeah,
I think it said that.
Yeah, I don't think that counts for every soldier, but yeah, a lot of them,
Yeah.
a lot of the lower ranking ones, yeah.
That's fucking terrible. It's like, well, you can work at McDonald's or you can,
Yeah, it's bad.
Ways. Apparently, the British stiff upper lip plays a part here, and it seems American soldiers express their grief while the Brits bottle it up or even turn to the bottle. Speaking about British soldiers, after working with them in the Middle East, one American troop is quoted as saying, "Those Brits are a strange old race. They show affection by abusing each other, nothing of casually stopping in the middle of a firefight for their brew up, and eat food that I wouldn't give to a dying dog." He also said he'd prefer to fight alongside those troops than any other country's soldiers. The reason, he said, was that when the chips are down and there is no hope left, they just soldier on. This sounds nice.
That is true, to be honest, about the food and stuff. Our ration packs are really bad. Our British Army ration packs, they're just, compared to what Americans get.
Yeah, that sounds terrible, man. I had some Brazilian beef that I bought like boxes of. I brought, and it's the kind you boil in the bag, right? Sort of military ration stuff, but it was just straight pure Brazilian beef and gravy, right? And this stuff was some of the best stuff. And I'm like, why? I don't know. My cousin would tell me, when he went to Iraq and everything, it's like everything y'all send, that really makes a difference. Care packs, right? it's like it really makes a difference because we're getting shit here.
Yeah.
English people
I
being
think
mean
like
to each other is the best.
Americans and British people are quite cool as well most of the time. Like they were saying, I know they say about the British stiff upper lip, but I think the Americans are quite brave as well when it comes to like knowing they're going to die. There's been a lot of good American heroes that have gone out bravely.
Think of the movies, right? Because the movies are a lot of them are based on true stories, like Apocalypse Now, Full Metal Jacket type shit.
Have you ever watched a movie about the Falkland War? It's called Tumbledown.
No.
If you get a chance, try and look it up. It's a really good
Yeah.
war movie. It's a British war movie basically, but it's about the British soldiers like the Paras and that fighting the Argentinians over in the Falklands under Margaret Thatcher.
Right. Okay. 2015. Yeah, I found it. I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, that's probably when they made the film. There's probably an older one as well, I should imagine.
Oh.
Probably like from the 80s or the 90s. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember somebody trying to tell me about the Falklands.
Yeah, it was an interesting war. We used a lot of our elite regiments over there, like the paratroopers and the Gurkhas and the guards units, the guards regiments. Yeah, let's play the rest of that. Let's carry on.
And it's quoted all over the internet, but we can't confirm the original source or its veracity. So, tell us which military you would rather join, and if you've been a soldier or no one, why not share your thoughts in the...
That was interesting anyway.
I need a bigger grinder.
Oh,
like the size of quarters.
Like
it used to have a little picture of Bob Marley on the top.
Oh, fair play. I had like a one that looked like a dollar. It had like George Washington on it. It was a copy of $1, I think.
Okay. Oh yeah, I have this. I had this for a while.
Wow, what's that?
Ripley's, believe it or not.
Oh, I love them. There's some brilliant facts in them, isn't there?
Dare to
That's
look.
nice. It's a nice cover. They're usually quite expensive as well because they're big books, aren't they? Usually. In England, they'd be about 30.
My cousin finds stuff, right? Finds, you know.
Yeah, over here, if you
me,
bought that new in England, that'd probably be about £20, £20 or £30 worth of book.
Yeah, it's really thick. I'll open it in a second. Some crazy stuff in there already, though. So you've been making action figures. You gotta like copyright that shit. You can't copyright AI or something, right? But
no, I don't
I imagine some artist producing an actual action figure based on your design, because it's just, well, I say your design, but you're just telling AI what to do, right? Grok.
I wouldn't care if someone made them. That's the plan. Yeah. I hope someone does make them, to be honest, because I collect them. Like even the people that I've been trying to make one of you as well, but you're hard to do. I want to get you looking right.
I am hard to do. Yeah, thank you. No, I like the Mandy one with a gator sold separately or something, you know.
Yeah. I didn't Grok don't like you doing like breasts and stuff. He's quite safe, Grok.
Oh yeah. They've been killing AI with that stuff, giving it restrictions like what is it? Like body shaming restrictions and such like that. Like if you try to generate someone with big breasts or something, it's like this may be harmful to other, I don't know, less breasted people.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
First up, we got Methwin, Edwin Boyette.
That's pretty good. It's pretty fucking
He's
good.
yeah, that was quite a fun one. I like that one. Obviously using Ethan's nickname for him, Smiller.
Oh, that's a nice one. That looks like it reminds me of like Ronnie James Dio or somebody.
It does look a bit like him, doesn't it? You got Shane Davis tracksuit edition,
And like a
quite like that
swappable
one.
head, a detachable head for Mange Davis.
Mange's a separate one. There's going to be a few different Manges, like in different outfits, and the same with Shane Davis as well. Once I've gone through a series of them, then I'll go back over them and just do different editions.
I've noticed Shane really likes the gay Dracula one, you know, Fagula.
Yeah.
Somebody sent him a I don't know, a little gift or something, and they put a little illustration of Fagula. It's a good version,
Gilmore. Jay Bama.
That's good.
He liked it. Vasilis was good. I like Vasilis.
That's pretty sharp.
He looks a bit like a cross between Billy Idol and Kiefer Sutherland. There's the Ethan one. He looks like a Team America puppet.
I noticed that with a few of them. And it looks
some
very
of them
realistic.
come out like Katie, Comics Gate Commandos edition, Carbon Heart, Mad Matt Bar. That was a fun one. It wouldn't let me make him. It wouldn't let me make his man boobs droop anymore though. It wouldn't let me make his chest saggy.
Yeah, Grok is very restricted.
Yeah, it's quite. I think it's because you get a lot of weirdos on there trying to make like porn pictures and stuff. I should imagine. So they've got to like make the requests a bit safe, haven't they?
Yeah, then they use stuff like OpenAI or something, and that's what I'm talking about. It's got all these restrictions. Like
another thing as well, they haven't got the licenses to use real models of guns. Like they make up their own guns. Because I was trying to make on the Billy Tucci action figure, I was trying to give him a Thompson machine gun. Yeah, I wanted, and I tried it lots. I was typing it in, and it just wouldn't have it. It was just making up these weird-looking sci-fi guns. I don't think it's got the rights to use real-life licensed guns.
That's one of the things that it would be harmful, right? Or it would be quote-unquote problematic. Because I mentioned before, I would ask AI to do certain things, right? And it was all good for a bit, and then it started telling me these exact things. Like that may be construed as problematic, and I'm asking it back, is this for legal reasons that you can't do this? And it's like, you're right to do this, but I mean it's about personal responsibility as well. I want to ensure there's nothing harmful.
7 and 9.
That's cool.
Kenzo.
Oh yeah, I saw one.
Billy Tucci. Nice. Billy liked that one. He said it looked cool. That's the Tucci Mob edition. I'm going to have a Comicsgate Kings edition of Billy as well when he's just dressed casually. That's him as the Don, the Tucci Mob.
Or he'll just be dressed casually and like have a big smile on his face or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. He looks a bit serious there. That's like Billy going to war. Young Billy Tucci. Commie Mark. He looks a bit like Keanu Reeves for some reason. Or like Neo.
Or like a vampire slayer.
Everyone knows who that is. Cecil. That came out quite good.
He's not fat enough. We've got to make Cecil fatter.
Yeah, he had a lot of mean comments, Cecil did. I felt sorry for him. I like Cecil. A lot of people were being really mean to him. Some of the comments under there. What is it? What did he have? Let's have a look. I like that grey cloudy day. Dissing him. I like that dickhead. He looks sporty.
Not fat enough. Not gay enough.
Not gay enough.
That's great. When are all the figures going into production, or are you still refining this? Like that, they really want. I mean, that could work. You know, that's what I'm saying. Is that could work. Like I could see Mandy putting out a limited run. You know, like maybe $40-something action figure of herself, and then it's like the gator is sold separately, right? You know, gotta make that money. 2 straight.
They're really cruel to him, aren't they?
No, that's not cruelty. Not Jewish.
Not Jewish enough.
Yeah, he looks sober. Yeah,
he looks sober. I missed the fat
Too
drunk
tall.
Cecil. Too tall.
Oh shit!
Brilliant.
Cheers, Johnny.
Cheers, mate. And John had some good ones. He had a lot of people mention his eyebrows. Quite interesting comments. 134 likes as well. A lot of John Maynard
Or
fans.
sold separately. Rowing is half the battle.
It comes with a trophy, a barbecue, and a couch.
Also,
could be fatter. Johnny's a bit more stocky, I guess. I wouldn't say he's fat. He's just big built.
Yeah.
Way too much eyebrow, says Past Master Dan. But it has eyebrows. Needs less eyebrows. And then someone come on and just started really being grumpy. Just moaning at me, saying it looked nothing like John Mayling.
So just
it's
putting
right.
a beanie and a wolf shirt on any generic doll.
It's only a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not meant to
No,
look
they
like
hate John. Some people really fucking hate John and Shane and Ethan and you know, they kind of try to gaslight you backwards. I see that. What are these things doing? Eyebrows.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still making more at the minute.
It's good stuff. Yeah, do you have a wolf shirt, Johnny?
John Mayling?
No, do you, just like a wolf shirt? Do you have a wolf shirt, period? You know, just
Oh, me? No, I don't have a wolf shirt.
I had an ex-girlfriend give me one that was like small or medium sized. So it was like really tight on me. And back when I was pretty damn fit, right? And it was just a wolf howling at a big picture of the moon, right? And I don't know, I got so many comments on that, like it was animalistic or something. Like it just kind of inspired females to make just casual comments or give you a little extra look or something. I'm like, You know, kind of wonder about the psychology of stuff from time to time.
Yeah.
Like, what's going through that person's head, right? That sort of thing.
In England, it's kind of like people wear wolf shirts or wolf jumpers are kind of seen as a bit hippie, a little bit like Native American hippie-ish, spiritual most of the time. But it can mean a lot of things in America. Like you've got gangs and stuff over there. You can
I don't
get
think we have like the wolves or anything. Well, we do have all these, you know, one street.
It's not like. Is it not like the Warriors then? Have you not got like lots of different cheesy gangs in the streets?
What?
Or like West Side Story?
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly say cheesy, not at this point in time, right? But
Nah, I'm only joking.
There are certain streets, right, that have their own little cliques, you know, their little gangs, and they're fucking warring with, you know, somebody on the other, you know, on from the side street. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Evil Clown.
Yeah, that's that Ripley's book.
What is that?
Oh,
is that the Ripley's book?
So it's chapter, I guess chapter 1.
Nice.
Just flip through it casually. I'm like, oh my god! Talk about eyebrows.
Is that what his record is? The world's thickest eyebrows.
Let's see, what does it say? Oh, the Werewolf Sisters.
Oh, Werewolf Sisters.
They're all female. Oh shit! I thought like at least 3 of them were guys. That's wild.
They were probably put in like a traveling freak show. Most of the time, people like that get like.
This guy has hair, you know, all the way up. You know, that's like
nice.
That's like
You could put like a blade on the end of it and use it as a weapon.
Isn't that what the Sikhs did?
I know they grow their hair, the Sikhs. They carry a knife as well. Good. Rubber
the Elastic Man. That's great. Oh.
Oh, what's that?
It's just not good resolution.
Tiger.
Yeah, when I was looking at StreamYards, it was telling me that I can't access 1080p because I'm not subscribed.
Yeah, I got that as well. I tend to put it on a lower resolution anyway because it kind of helps the internet. If you put it on too good a resolution, it goes slower and you can't play videos as well.
Model babies. Parents can now hold their baby before it is born thanks to a technique that uses a 3D printer to transform an ultrasound into an anatomically correct resin replica of the fetus. Marketed by a Japanese company, costing $1,000 each for 3.5 inches or 9 centimeters. They're also, oh my god, like you can put them on a keychain. Model babies. That's the ultrasound, right? That's some wrong stuff. Chocolate babies. Someone from Birmingham, England, Anna de Vetten from Birmingham, England, has made these disturbingly realistic life-size babies' heads out of solid white chocolate. Chocolate babies. Fucking crazy. Crazy people. They look fucking real. The world. Oh shit.
I've got a video here. A video here of a compilation of some of the. Oh, look at that! What's that?
there's some culture, right? Some culture detailed over here that they bring out their dead, right? They live with their dead, like Southeast Asia or something, maybe. And they're walking around their dead relative in a nice suit.
Wow.
Taking people efficiency, product, most importantly, worker safety. In this video, we are going to look at the most advanced humanoid, industrial, and service robots that are changing the future with the help of artificial intelligence. Meet Digit. Manufactured by Agility Robotics, Digit is envisioned to help take care of people in their homes, assist with disaster response, and deliver packages to front doors.
He's good. I like him.
With its nimble limbs and a torso packed with sensors, Digit can navigate complex environments and carry out tasks such as package delivery.
Got goat legs.
Yeah. I think I heard him.
Digit is a direct descendant of Cassie, Agility's first robot.
You what? Sorry?
I think I had heard some, whatever you call these industrial robots, right? I think I had heard some engineers saying that was the optimal design, like to hit peak speeds and to be most
stable.
Stable and easily able to recover. Did you catch that episode of Black Mirror called Metalhead with the robot dogs?
No, I'm not sure I did. Don't think I did. I have to look it up. I did watch some Black Mirrors, but not all of them.
There was one of the newer episodes that said that had I guess people had implants in their brain already, and then you would just attach this little bit to your temple, and then you can play in these fighting games and such.
Ford Motor Company and Agility
in your mind, in reality, as those characters.
To develop a last-mile logistics.
You could play in a fighting game.
Yeah, and it was these two black guys, right? And they got into, Rocky, that Metalhead, Black Mirror episode. Yeah, it was black and white, I think so. No, this other episode of Black Mirror that was pretty new. It was what was it? Oh yeah, those implants or whatever. It's a video game system you just attach to your temple, and you're in the game playing as, Liu Kang or whoever, right? And executing all these moves, and you really feel it. Okay, but the other guy liked to play as a female character for some reason, and it ended not with them defeating each other, but banging. And then the first guy was married, right? And he's like, "We're trying to have a kid, and I can't do this with you anymore." Very, very awkward. And then at some point, I clipped this little bit. At some point, the other guy's just having a breakdown with him, and he's like talking about all these other characters he's had sex with in the game, which are real people, agreeing, right? But playing different characters out of the fighting game. And he's like, "Man, I fucked a polar bear and I still couldn't get you out of my mind."
I have to look it up.
Yeah, but there are some really crap episodes too lately.
Combines Ford's autonomous vehicle technology and Agility's Digit. This is Pepper. Manufactured by SoftBank Robotics, Pepper is the world's first social humanoid robot that is able to recognize faces and basic human emotions.
Creepy.
Pepper has been adopted by over 2,000 companies around the world.
Germany, Switzerland.
Perfect in retail and finance industries, Pepper has numerous functionalities, including increasing store traffic by attracting the attention of shoppers, creating memorable in-store experiences, stimulating purchase and retain customers. Pepper also gather comprehensive data to enrich the customer base and generate shopper insights.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Saw that one.
A warrior robot.
This is Atlas, the world's most dynamic humanoid robot built by Boston Dynamics, a company that was previously owned by Google and now by SoftBank.
That's going to be like
owned by SoftBank.
Like Fallout. Like when the world ends, there's going to be an army of them running around trying to kill us.
Thanks to its state-of-the-art hardware and algorithm that allows it to quickly understand instructions. With its 28 hydraulic joints, 4.9 feet of height, and 176 pounds weight, the robot can perform both impressive and terrifying acts, including navigating uneven terrain, jumping around a parkour course, and doing somersaults.
Oh yeah. I think you're right, Rocky.
All these activities demonstrate human-level agility, so the robot can be perfect for search and rescue operations and performing human tasks in environments where humans could not survive.
Oh, Scott, the British Army has started using them.
Well, the South Koreans are using those to keep people 6 feet away, back in 2020.
Introducing
They would bark orders,
robot dog designed for industrial uses, such as carrying goods through a warehouse and inspecting a remote site with an unfavorable environment for human operators. It can run at 5.2 feet per second, has 360-degree cameras, and can operate in temperatures ranging from 4 to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. With its API and flexible payload interface, the robot can be easily customized for desired tasks.
Hey, good. Look, you pull a car.
Spot is also manufactured by Boston Dynamics and is now being leased to eligible companies.
-20 to 45. Oh man. Oh, that's weird.
HRP 5P. Well, he's like a bounty hunter of a Star Wars or something. To build a robot.
Meet HRP-5P, an advanced humanoid robot designed to operate autonomously and carry out heavy labor in hazardous conditions. This robot was created by AIST, Japan's National Institute of Advanced Industrial Science and Technology, as a response to the country's labor shortage due to its aging population and declining birth
robots coming at you.
It is equipped with environmental sensors and object recognition. Full body motion. HRP-5P is based on more than 20 years of humanoid research at AIST. In those 20 years, the Institute has created 4 other robots, which are the predecessor of HRP-5P. Introducing
Ooh,
Serena 4,
Terminator-like.
the 4th generation of Serena humanoid robot series developed by the University of Tehran in Iran. With a height of 5.6 feet and a weight of 154 pounds, this robot is able to walk at a speed of 0.43 miles per hour.
It's the face
Serena
that's really
4
freaky.
improved interaction with the environment. It can track objects more accurately compared to its predecessors. Its new hands give it better dexterity. With these enhancements, the robot can manipulate a wide variety of objects, including delicate ones, as well as operating power tools. Introducing Aquanaut, an advanced unmanned underwater transformer that can transform itself from a nimble long-distance submarine into a half-humanoid robot capable of carrying out complex underwater manipulation tasks.
I want one of them.
Designed by Houston Mechatronics Inc., Aquanaut can inspect subsea oil and gas infrastructure, operate valves, and use tools.
Crazy.
Operating completely untethered and without support ships, Aquanaut can travel more than 124 miles in submarine mode, has a max speed of 7 knots, and a maximum operational depth of 984 feet.
Stuntronic?
This is a Stuntronic robot, an animatronic stunt double
I've seen
designed
that.
to entertain
They used
the
that for
fans at
Spider-Man.
Disney Park. It combines advanced robotic technology with the exploration of untethered dynamic movement to precisely perform aerial flips, twists, and poses.
I think that's like 7 or 8 years ago now.
Sensors, it can make its own real-time decisions, all while flying 60 feet in the air. It knows when to tuck its knees to perform a somersault, when to pull its arms to twist, and even when to slow down its spin to make sure it makes a perfect landing.
See Walt Disney at the bottom right. Yeah, they were using that for a Spider-Man thing. Not live action show, but yeah, live action performance, right?
Yeah. Look at that.
This robot is called Handle, another robot from Boston Dynamics.
I would
With
call
its
it like
deep learning
the
vision
ostrich or
software,
something.
This robot can autonomously identify and locate boxes, unload trucks, palletize it, and depalletize it. It can pick up to 360 boxes an hour.
The goose.
Yeah, the goose.
Its swinging tail helps it balance movements and counterbalance the weight of a heavy box.
It just looks like a bird.
The 2 wheels are used for fast and efficient flat surface movement, while the legs are used to take it anywhere.
Wow.
That's pretty fucking cool.
It's pretty agile, isn't it? Wow. Wouldn't want that chasing me with a big saw on it. Put like a blade on it or something. Oh, it's zoom in. It's zoom in. What's it? Oh, Tattoo Man.
Human checkerboard? What is that? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then on the next page is a spike driven through an ankle. But I don't want to show that one. There you go.
Longest beard.
The longest beard. All the way down to, yeah, all the way down to his feet. That's impressive. Oh, no knuckle. Damn. The albino family.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I never got on with albinos.
Why not? They got red eyes, you know. Oh, these are all what? These are all from India.
They never look right to me. I can never trust them. Newest robots that'll blow your
This woman
mind.
got a tattoo of a camera on her arm. So every time she holds her arm up, it's like she's taking a picture of you.
Oh, yeah.
In 30 minutes, the human body gives off enough heat to boil half a gallon of water.
Wow.
All of us have seen at least one sci-fi film that showcases a utopian world with humans and robots living together. Though it may be a while before robots invade our personal homes, these programmable machines have made leaps in certain fields. In today's video, we'll be getting into 12 of the newest robots that will definitely blow you away. We have robots who can do stuff like playing the piano and picking fruit. If you're a robotics fan, you definitely don't want to miss out on this. As usual, links to all gadgets are in the description below. Number 12, Yolanda and Yoshi. Located in the heart of Singapore is a branch of hotel chain Yotel that has successfully managed to nail the futuristic experience for its visitors. It promises a first-class sci-fi adventure with a reception named Mission Control, automated check-in kiosks, and purple hue lobbies. Though it has many services to boast of, the main attraction is its two automated robots, Yoshi and Yolanda. These robots are not just eye candy, but help around the hotel by delivering utilities to rooms, calling elevators, and keeping guests company. They might even sing you a song when they are done. You will find these robots adequate at delivering hotel towels, and providing service. Definitely more friendly than the Terminator. Number 11, Tiger X. Here's one robot that can crawl anywhere. Chinese company Hyundai Motor Company has successfully managed to create the closest thing to one with their Tiger X. Engineers behind this invention expect it to aid in scientific research, search and rescue, or military missions, basically reach places inaccessible by man, not people on its back. It can function as both a four-wheel vehicle and a four-legged walking robot with its extendable legs. The only thing that's missing is speech now. Number 10, Far. Here's one robot that is soon to be everyone's gardening buddy. The global farming community has been suffering incredible fruit loss because of a shortage of fruit pickers, a problem aggravated by the pandemic travel restrictions for quite a while now. Fortunately, folks over at Tevel Aerobotics Technologies, an Israeli company, have addressed the problem with their Flying Autonomous Robot, FAR. Their invention is capable of locating ripe fruits and orchids using AI perception and vision algorithms. The robot displays quite the accuracy while executing its task. Moreover, the bots avoid running into each other because of a single autonomous digital brain controlling their action on the ground. No more rotten fruit now. Number 9, Bowbot.
Bowbot.
This next robot exists to make a constructor worker's job easy. Australian startup Bowbot has introduced the first ever mobile construction bot. This technological marvel packs everything. You don't need to carry around an extra cable or electrical components with you. Contrary to what you might think, all that equipment is packed inside a little nice compact design. This way, the robot can fit through doors, ride elevators without any hitch. It can even climb stairs. The robot is capable of 3D printing, formwork, micro-trending, plasma cutting, sanding, and a whole lot more. Overall, using it means more lunch breaks for the workers on site. Number 8, Gundam Doc. This next one might be giving Optimus Prime a run for his money. Taking inspiration from the 1970s anime Mobile Suit Gundam, employees at the Gundam factory built a life-size robot. Measuring 18 meters and weighing 25 tons, The Gundam robot is definitely the world's giant robot.
25
With 24
tons.
articulating joints in its construction, it can imitate real-life movements. Operators have to strike a pose every half hour. The only thing that is missing now is the ability to fly. Number 7.
They didn't even
Titan
pose it.
Robot. According to the Transformer family, we have the Titan Robot. At the height of 8 feet and weight of 60 kilograms, Titan the robot is a crowd favorite. It can fit a person inside who is responsible for its
8 foot tall.
operation. The operator controls the movement of the upper part of the Titan's body through the operational panel. Using AI, the robot can identify interactive objects. As for the movements of the lower parts, that's done by the operator's body itself. The Titan has graced the stage quite a few times, along with the likes of Rihanna. Clearly a party robot. Number 6. Einstein Robot.
That already looks weird.
This next one might just have Einstein rolling in his grave. Unveiled at the Strong International Exhibition in Beijing a couple of months ago, the droid had the robotics community in an uproar. In addition to matching the great physicist in looks, the droid isn't too far behind on the intelligence fronts. The Einstein robot can converse fluently in both Chinese and Mandarin.
Creepy.
We might
That's
have
like,
another equation on our hands soon.
animatronic.
Number 5.
Great
Cyberdog. If you have been looking for the perfect dog, then look no further. Xiaomi's quadruped robot Cyberdog is here to fulfill all of your pet dreams. The bot displays impressive agility, speed, and a wide range of motion. With a maximum torque output of 32 Newton meters, it can more than jump. The Cyberdog can reach speeds of 3.2 meters per second. The robot has one powerful AI for a brain,
Those are
enabling
teeth.
it to iterate massive sensory data from its surroundings. With
1,050
11 high-precision
teeth on those
sensors in
shoes.
construction, including touch sensors, ultrasonic sensors, GPS modules, cameras, Cyberdog can interact with its environment and respond adequately. Moreover, the AI interactive and binocular ultra-wide-angle fisheye camera ensure that the Cyberdog is something pretty close to a real eye. With autonomous object tracking, fetch games should be a blast. The bot has also been programmed to respond to commands like wake up or sit. You can even have it do a backflip. However, the best part, no cleaning duty. Number 4.
It was
Bot
like
Handy.
begging with paws
Next up,
up or something.
Samsung's house helper, Bot Handy. Armed with one arm, the machine has been proven to be pretty useful for getting chores done. With the help of advanced AI, the bot can identify objects by size, texture, weight, and size. It can help do tasks like setting the table or putting away dishes or groceries. It can even pour you a glass of wine. Number 3. Thai Robot. The robot is said to be a doctor's best friend, particularly in orthopedic surgeons developed by Tanavi Medical Technologies. The robot aims to accurately place pedicle screws during surgery. It can pull off the job owing to its robot arm, control workstation, optical tracking device, and surgical planning. The robot can operate on 13 body parts, performing procedures too risky for a doctor's hand. ITs have already been proven to reduce intraoperative bleeding. That's goodbye to surgical complications. Number 2. Hen Na Hotel. Leaving Yotel with its 2 robots in dust, we have Hen Na Hotel, a hotel run entirely by robots. From the reception to the porters to the servers, you will be a robot. There is a mechanical arm that can store luggage separately in drawers and an android to explain breakfast times. For porters, you have 2 rechargeable luggage trolleys. Moreover, in your rooms, you will find another robot who turns the lights on and off for you. Not bad. Number 1. Snailfish Robot. Inspired by a snailfish that can withstand enormous pressures, engineers at Zhejiang University came up with the snailfish robot. This robot can withstand 103 million pascals of pressure. To put it in perspective, that's the equivalent of an elephant standing on top of your thumb. Roboticists gave the robot a really hard head with a soft body and fins.
That's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I love the stuff that's, under the sea, like on the sea floor and such.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. There's a bra that was designed to look like a crab, and I guess uses crab parts. Feel the pinch.
Weirdest sea creatures. Weirdest deep sea creatures.
Oh shit. Oh shit! Why they make the centerfold a bunch of dolls? Or not dolls, ventriloquist dummies and such. All the way over here, all the way over here. Hold the pages back. Still more dolls. People really like dolls. Oh, here's the animatronics behind it. It was called Cecil Wiggle Nose. All right, check it out. Cecil Wiggle Nose.
Cecil Wiggle Nose.
His hair. I guess there's. It was all the different things he could do. He could stick his ears out, open his mouth, wiggle his nose, whatever else.
Creepy. I've always wanted one, a ventriloquist dummy.
All the waters in the world remain unexplored. The deepest parts of the ocean especially are a challenge to unravel, as they pose a lot of biological and engineering challenges just to get there. As such, almost anything that comes out of its dark depths always look bizarre, almost alien to us.
Yeah,
let's shed some light on some of the most bizarre deep-sea creatures you won't believe exist.
And they generate their own light, too.
Number 10, weird octopuses. Octopuses are already strange creatures. They have 8 separate dexterous tentacles, a very squishy, flexible body, 9 brains, 3 hearts, and blue blood. They even have an intelligence level that rivals that of dolphins and orangutans.
Alien stuff.
However, our regular tentacled friends actually look rather tame compared to their deep-sea versions. Here's some of the strangest you'll find in the deep sea. Let's start off with the flapjack octopus, which certainly looks like something out of a Disney movie. They live between 200 to 1,500 meters below the ocean and are mostly native to the eastern Pacific, with a few species scattered throughout the mid-Atlantic Ocean. With its tiny size, gelatinous body, almost adorable build, and eyes that just seem to sparkle with curiosity, it completely differentiates itself from the more grotesque and extended build of an ordinary octopus. Now take a flapjack octopus, make it more translucent, and give it a rounder body, and this is what you have. The informally named Casper octopus gets the inspiration obviously from its ghastly look. First found thousands of meters deep in the Hawaiian seas, they have been observed to lay their eggs on the stalk of dead sea sponges and then guard them to the death. Literally, they will wrap themselves around the sponge without leaving, without ever feeding, until they finally die. Now that's dedication. For another Disney reference, look no further than the Dumbo octopus. As you may have already guessed, its nickname is derived from its ears, which are actually fins with a peculiar shape. Just like the flapjack and the Casper ghost octopus, it also has a seemingly smaller build than the average octopus, which allows it to thrive at depths as deep as 7,000 meters below sea level. Number 9, anglerfish. Of course, we can't talk about the deep sea without mentioning just about every super wide-jawed oddity that lurks down there. On the top of the list is none other than the anglerfish, which gets its name from its unusual hunting method, which involves luring prey close to its mouth using that weird luminescent appendage coming out of its head. Apart from that, it has a very unusual mating process. Similar to humans, male anglerfish spend their lives finding a single female through pheromones she releases. Once found, he bites onto the female and fuses onto her. Like a parasite, he gets his nutrients from her need to survive and is practically an on-demand testicle, ready to reproduce when the female needs sperm. Another frightening fish is the viperfish, measuring around 60 centimeters or 23 inches in length. It's essentially an anglerfish made to look even more alien. Its fanged jaws can open wide to almost 90 degrees, and its similarly configured bioluminescent lure can invite shallower fish down to their instant doom. Probably even more hideous are deep-sea dragonfishes, a similar class of wide-jawed monsters which make viperfish look like they're incomplete cousins. What's particularly special about this fish is they don't just produce blue light like most other deep-sea creatures, they also produce red light. To emit this light, the species will use organs called photophores, typically located in front of their eyes. While the red light cannot act as a lure, since most of the prey cannot see that shade, it does allow the dragonfish to stealthily illuminate their prey. Number 8, pelican flounder. The main challenge for any deep-sea organism is not actually the absence of light, but the crushing pressure levels. For the pelican flounder, the solution is simple. It makes itself as flat and flexible as biologically possible. The result becomes an amalgam
Look
of
at
the
his little
nightmarish
mouth.
anglerfish and the quirkiness of your average flounder. This fish is
Little mouth
actually native
shifted
to
to
the
the
Western
side.
Pacific and Indian Oceans. Nothing much is currently known about the pelican flounder since they are rarely observed in their natural habitat. But if we were to point out one specific trait that makes it really special as a deep-sea dweller, it would be its baby form. Pelican flounder larvae are some of the most alien-looking entities of the deep, akin to the otherworldly appearance of comb jellies, which are small invertebrates found worldwide. Like a mosquito,
some
pelican
Metroid
flounder
stuff.
larvae are enveloped within their transparent flesh, only growing into their normal opaque brown color as they grow. Number 7, giant isopods and amphipods. Sure, ancient trilobites and modern
That's what Rocky was
horseshoe
talking
crabs may look cute and all, but out on the deep sea floor, there are creepy crawlies that could take you millions of years back into the age of the giant insects. Just take a close look at this giant isopod. Closer, even closer. Its extraterrestrial
It's like,
form and size will constantly make you wonder if it's actually some sort of mutated lice. Don't worry, it's not
Exactly.
going to jump on your face. They're actually more of a scavenger than an active hunter. They also typically thrive in colder, deeper environments, which is why they're technically absent in most temperate deep regions of the world. There are other forms of gigantic deep-sea crustaceans that have an unusual alien-like appearance, like the supersized amphipods. It's almost as if they're the grotesque and mutated versions of their tamer counterparts on the shallow seas and land. Thankfully, being that almost all of them are not as active as the wide-jawed hellspawns I mentioned earlier, they're far less menacing to other species than they seem. Even less intimidating, since we'll never even get to meet one on land. Probably.
Yeah, they
Number
die.
6,
They
spider
die as
crabs.
soon as they try to bring them up.
Speaking of crustaceans, crabs are also subjected to the same freakish transformations when the deep sea is taken into account. This time, though, it's not just their size,
Was that
but
like,
rather a whole different dimension of weird. Japanese spider crabs,
Dead
for
Space or
example,
something?
don't just
Video
hold the
game?
record for the longest-legged crab, but they are also literally the longest-legged arthropods ever. They can grow up to around 5 meters long. Although their body is relatively small, its main body can still grow a bit larger than the average human head. The Hoff crab is another ghastly version of its normal counterpart. The deep, dark depths made it almost featureless in terms of color, giving itself a pure white shell of nothingness. The Hoff crab got its name due to its dense covering of Seta Hasselhoff. It thrives near hydrothermal vents, where its seta feeds upon sulfur-oxidizing bacteria nearby. Even stranger are the various species of strange spiny crabs, which have yet to be properly classified or even identified due to their recent discovery. The only thing evident, though, is that the deep-sea environment where they belong must have been really harsh for them to go several steps above the crustacean defense tree. Number 5, colossal squid. If there's one persisting legend that turns out to be true of the deep, it's that the deep sea is home to fantastic creatures that exhibit monstrous proportions. It's a well-known scientific phenomenon known as deep-sea gigantism. And one of the most gigantic creatures we know of that lives down there is the colossal squid. The colossal squid is a gigantic cephalopod that is easily more than twice the size of a regular human. Occasionally caught in the southern seas of the Antarctic, we've never seen one in its natural habitat, as we've only known about them because they're sometimes caught by fishing rigs. It may not be capable of capsizing ships, but it's still the largest known invertebrate in the world. Giant squids are another huge squid species. Compared to the colossal squid, they're only about a third of their size, but they're still larger than any regular person,
Holy
and they have
shit.
the huge intimidating beak you would not want to be eaten by. Though it can be just as elusive as its bigger counterpart, the giant squid has actually been spotted in its natural habitat, even twice, although only very briefly. Speaking of deep-sea squids, the vampire squid also deserves a special mention with a weird transitional body that is technically classified as a split between a squid and an octopus. It's not as gigantic, but it's still equally monstrous with its
like a
cape-like
hybrid?
webbing and spine-studded tentacles. Don't worry, it does not suck the blood of its neighboring denizens, but is instead a particulate scavenger, preferring to dine on what's already prepared as a meal. Number 4, harp sponge. As fearsome as they already are, sea anemones and other similar creatures have at least taught us that the oceans are also home to a number of immobile predatory feeders. Therefore, it's only natural that the deep dark sea will introduce us to something similar, only more horrifying. The harp sponge, for instance, looks just like its name suggests, an unassuming, harmless piece of underwater living sponge shaped like a harp. Whereas most inert deep-sea creatures feed off of filtered marine matter, this one actively seeks a more scrumptious feast by snagging its victim with its Velcro-like hooks. With its meal unable to escape, it then completely envelops its prey and digests it. Part of its menu typically includes various small fishes, usually those that are not strong enough to escape its microscopic hooks. However, it has been known to feast on crustaceans as well. Number 3, sea toads. The sea toad is a rather simple name for this ocean-dwelling oddity, but it does kind of describe what an amphibian might look like when subjected to the crushing depths of the deep sea. Think of a fish that is smashed from front to back and given tiny legs.
God.
That's the simplest description of what sea toads look like. In the words of Sir David Attenborough, it has been living so long in the depths that its fins have changed into something more useful: feet. Not the most beautiful thing in the sea, but it definitely gives a direct visual representation of what we humans would definitely find familiar, yet otherworldly. Oh, and as with its close relative, the aforementioned anglerfish, the sea toad is also a fierce ambush predator. It lurks, always patiently waiting before its hapless victim finally ends up as sustenance. Number 2, siphonophores. Deep-sea siphonophores are long lines of jellyfish-like entities connected together, only guided by the organism behind and in front. They could get really long, like just as long or even longer than a blue whale, making them some of the longest animals in the world. They stay alive by preying on smaller animals, by using stinging cells. Though some types of siphonophores exhibit a simpler long and slender creature configuration, other types can have even wackier physical configurations. Most of them, though, such as the classic Portuguese man-o'-war, do not belong to the depths of the deep sea, therefore not part of our dark oddities.
Wow.
Number 1, gulper eels.
Is that a man-o'-war?
If there's one
Man-o'-war?
thing in the deep that is the literal stuff of nightmares, it would definitely have to be the gulper eel. Its name alone conjures a disturbing image to those who hear it, and complete dread to those who can witness its full
Something out of
existence.
Mario.
Its huge mouth, which is definitely its most defining trait, is capable of extending and snapping, like a snake. This allows it to munch and dine on stuff that a creature of its size would not normally be able to swallow. Combine this with its very slender body and whip-like tail, and its capability of easily bending into the depths of darkness, and this makes it even more terrifying than the already monstrous anglerfish. Strangely enough, cusk eels, despite being within the same category and habitat as the gulper eel, look vastly different and come in a variety of forms. They have all the normal features of regular fish, but wrapped within an almost extraterrestrial-looking transparent form. This is to be expected, though, as at 8,200 meters deep, the cusk eel is officially one of the deepest ocean-dwelling creatures on record. To give you a rough idea of how tough as hunters these eel really are, both of them eat a staple diet of mostly hard crustaceans. They also inhabit a very large part of the world's oceans, as they can easily thrive anywhere, so long as the climate is relatively warm. If this video got you curious about more deep-sea creatures, then make sure to watch our previous video by clicking the screen.
Interesting.
I have something here about raw strength. Kevin Shelley of Carmel, Indiana, broke 46 toilet seat lids in 60 seconds with his head.
Wow.
Steve Carrier from Dallas, Texas, broke 30 baseball bats over his leg in under 60 seconds. That's breaking one baseball bat over his leg every less than 2 seconds.
We got a special guest in the green room. Hello, Dr. Ben. How you doing, brother? You alright?
Right.
All right. Perfect. Come on, it just immediately shuts down. Oh, no, there we go.
Oh, you're back.
There
was a chicken pecking.
Looking at the Guinness Book of Records.
Oh, right on.
Ripley's World Record.
No, not, yeah, Ripley's.
Similar, isn't it?
Nice.
But weirder.
Nice.
It's like going to the wax museum.
They got Ripley's, believe it or not, museums.
Yeah, I've been to one.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
It's like all I remember of it was the ending, the wax museum.
Yeah.
Creeped me out, man. I was younger, you know.
Have you got a wax museum in America?
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
We got one in London called Madame Tussauds.
Oh, you probably have like the best one. We have.
It's all right. There's
we have a
probably
bunch of
better
them here and
ones in
there.
like Hollywood and stuff, isn't there? I should imagine.
Yeah. Did you ever finish that drawing, Dr. Bean?
That's what I'm like working on now. I was trying to find. I got a bunch of like pencils and stuff because I was going to color it, but I couldn't find the pencils. I can't find like I got like watercolor paints and stuff. I can't find like any of them. I don't know where I put them. So I've just been like finishing the.
Have you got any more plans for comics, Ben? Have you got any more stories you might tell?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got that is the thing is I've got to finish the like relaunch, like the mud flood thing with the the girl with the skull face. Right, I got to finish that thing because that's more like kind of like almost like not quite kids, but like maybe like young adult age or something, teen. They could probably read it. Where it's she wakes up in a world that is the the other dimension where the mud flood comes from.
Right.
Yeah. Radioactive.
Based on a true story.
As well, yes.
Inspired by real events. All our heroes.
No. Ernie?
Yeah, like one of the Sesame Street characters just all fucked up.
Nice.
Or
I
Superman
like the
that ran into
shoe
the
with
wall.
the teeth on
Just
it
blood.
that you showed earlier.
What, the shoe with all the teeth?
Yeah, with the teeth.
1,050 teeth on that fucker. On two shoes. I don't know. I've gone through like 100 pages. Apparently there was this trend in the UK. Oh, a different one. Body paint. You know, there was this trend in the UK. It says of milking. Yeah, I'm losing it.
Milking
Students from Newcastle, England, pour 4-pint containers of milk over their heads in public as part of an internet craze called milking, a new rival to planking, a YouTube video, blah blah blah. Like, pour milk over your own head, make a YouTube video out of it. See how many thousands of views it is.
There's a lot of weird kids around nowadays. You weren't like when I was growing up. We had a few odd kids, but nowadays they're everywhere.
What do I do? I got this gallon of milk.
What a waste of milk! I love drinking.
Got a gallon of milk and a YouTube account.
I've known a lot of people not to like drinking milk, but I love drinking milk. I dunk biscuits in it, cookies, all sorts.
Oh yeah.
One of my drinks.
I saw this video the other day of these. It was like these guys, like they look like hipster bartenders or something, right? And it was like they had like a little pop-up bar or something, right? Like they had a little folding table and all this stuff to make like drinks. They had like little handwritten signs, and like they start like making this drink. Like they start getting these cups and like getting all kinds of stuff, and like they'll like stab like a bottle of like milk and like squirt the milk at the cup, but like not even like hit it. It was weird. It was weird, and it was like 2 minutes of just all this random throwing in like getting like little like coke, like cocoa powder or something, like mixes and stuff and ice and and all just like completely serious. Like when like when they do like cooking shows and they
Oh
throw
yeah.
stuff into it, like they're doing that, but it's all like this just stupid like making this drink, and there's just liquid like pouring all over the table, and it's just it was hilarious. It was just the thing, like what magazine is this in? This is the Ripley's Believe It or Not still? Wow.
Yeah.
People like glued all kinds of toys together and made human-like sculptures out of it. It's creepy as shit if you look at it up close.
I used to make poo lords.
What?
Poo lords?
Yeah, it wasn't actually made of poo. It was like you used to make them in the woods down near where I lived. We used to make like mud men, like a snowman, but made out of mud and rocks and sticks.
Yeah.
And like you'd make them out to be like deities, and you leave them there as offerings to the forest, and it'd freak people out. They come across like a wooden mud man.
Yeah. Okay.
They call them
truly
poo
are a
lords.
druid.
It's just the name of them, poo lords. It's just a nickname.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to actually be made of excrement.
Right.
Can you safely drink the drinks Jamaicans sell? Some of them, although I have been to Jamaica, and I wouldn't recommend every drink. Some of them are quite strong or weird tasting. I don't like their fruit drinks over there. They're a bit weird.
They put spices in their stuff too, right?
Yeah. If you're gonna drink, if you a Jamaican offers you something Jamaican, ask for a beer. Their beer's quite good. Jamaicans do, or rum, Jamaican rum. I wouldn't recommend their soft drinks. What's that?
Just a woman. I don't know. She's got cookies on her wall, so she's just like, oh, let me just take a picture and send it in. I mean, licking suggestively licking and then duck heads, right? That's like French cuisine or something, basically.
Oh, I like duck. Bit of duck, it's nice. And rabbit. Have you ever tried rabbit?
Yeah, I have somewhere.
I don't think
Really
I have
nice
had
meat.
rabbit.
Rabbit's it's kind of like a little bit chewy, but a bit like lamb, I'd say. But it's really nice. It's really nice meat. I remember when I was a kid in the local pub, they used to have like where they'd go out poaching, like hunting rabbits, and they'd cook them up, and they'd have like a big plate of them rabbit. Really nice. You should try it. Shoot a rabbit, Ben. Get it right. Are you allowed to shoot rabbits in America? Is that legal?
Not in every place.
You're allowed to hunt them.
Not in every place.
In England, you're allowed to hunt them in months that have got R in it.
Okay.
So if it's like November, you're not allowed to hunt.
If you live in rural areas, yeah, you're totally allowed to, snipe some rabbits.
Yeah, if you're if you have like property or something, definitely you can just.
Yeah. No, just go around shooting everybody's rabbits.
Rabbit and duck. They're probably
Johnny Rabbit Slayer.
Duck's really expensive in England. Like to buy a full duck, and they're only little, like they're little bits of meat. But it's like
why would it be expensive? That's odd.
It's like 10 to 15 quid a duck, I reckon.
Yeah, probably they don't grow as many ducks as they do chickens.
That's probably about $10 for you. About $12 for a duck.
Wait, for a whole duck?
Yeah.
Like how big?
They're quite little. They're quite little. They're like, I'd say about like the size of like 2 baseballs put together.
Oh, like one of
Like
them
that sort.
little like Cornish hens or something almost. Like
Yeah,
that
like
size,
duck.
like just
Just a
that
normal
little.
duck. Yeah, like
Okay. I think a duck, and I think of something like a foot long. You know, like a big long
you do
bird.
get bigger ducks, obviously, but the ones they sell over here, they always sell you the little ones with the least meat on them. So they're more of like a delicacy in England.
Huh.
So they charge you more. You can still buy like big turkeys and stuff like that, but I've never found a big duck in a supermarket. They're always quite small.
Do you know about the whole thing with turkeys these days? Like the modern turkey. The modern turkey is, I guess it was bred to be so large, right? That they can no longer have sex with each other. The male can no longer mount the female turkey.
Yeah.
So there's this whole thing. There's this TV show called Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe, or it used to be. Great show. Where you just go in and do the jobs nobody wants to do, right? So one of the jobs was you cage in this male turkey. You kind of like raise his ass end up, and the cloaca. You like insert a little straw, a little bendy straw in there, and then you suck it up, drawing out the sperm into it, and your goal is to siphon it out like you would a gas vehicle, right? Like, and then dump it into whatever little container, right? So because the turkeys are so large, they can no longer mate. That's what somebody has to do. Somebody has to suck the turkey sperm up and Mike.
Surely they got a machine to do that, haven't they? Or some
I
sort
hope
of
so. But somebody's still fucking doing it.
You can't just have some bloke there sucking it out.
So
You
the
have to
guy
pay
that
him
was
a lot of money.
the guy that was doing the actual job or had the actual job,
So we had
that
to
Mike
teach
Rowe
the
was standing
machine.
in doing. He didn't tell Mike, don't suck too hard. So Mike got a bunch of turkey sperm in his mouth, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! And he's like spitting and the guy's laughing at him and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, it's a great show, Dirty Jobs. Probably find it on YouTube as well. I mean, I wouldn't share it because it's like Discovery Channel or something.
Yeah, that does sound like be pretty.
Yeah,
funny.
they have to artificially inseminate every turkey.
Wow. Huh.
These are crimes against humanity. Humanity. Yeah, these are crimes against animality. Oh, a skateboarding cat.
Skateboarding cat. Wow.
Yeah, I guess he knows how to fucking skateboard. He climbed on it, got on it, he pushed off. He's chilling.
You're not making that up about the straw and sucking the turkey stuff.
Did it taste like chicken? No, I'm not making it up at all. You can look it up. Mike Rowe turkey, Mike Rowe Dirty Jobs turkey insemination.
Are you considering doing it, Ben?
Well, I mean, I feel like I have extra time, I don't know what to do with myself sometimes, and
it would be an interesting hobby, wouldn't it?
It's like collecting turkey sperm. Best friend.
Yeah, I just do it as a hobby.
Just to see if you could breed like a super turkey.
Oh.
You could make the strongest one, like an Aryan turkey.
A moose got stuck in a tree because it drank. It got way too drunk.
Oh, God.
I can't see the text for shit, but... Oh, what the fuck? This guy is licking...
Some moose drunk.
This guy's licking this monkey's butt. The things people will do to get in, get famous. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Believe it or not, it's real.
I do remember, like, reading us a book on cats, fancy cats, like Persians or something, whatever. Those purebreds, that's what they call them, purebred cats. And it was like talking about you got to breed them, and there was a whole chapter about female cats. If you weren't going to breed them that season or whatever, you'd have to get them out. If they were all disturbed, it had instructions for how to
That's horrifying.
take care of them. And it was like you get a Q-tip, and you want some. I can't remember if they recommended petroleum jelly, but like you don't want it. You just put it in them and rotate it, and eventually they'll stop. I think they call it muling. Like, have either of you ever seen like a female cat that is in heat?
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Ugh.
No, I did hear that as a joke on Venture Brothers.
Yeah.
It's like the guy was like, we could never make eye contact the same again.
Yeah.
Talking about him and his cat.
What's he saying, Blackie?
Damn. Lobster boy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh shit.
Oh.
That's not cool. You're gonna get like ringworm on your scalp or something.
Yeah.
Are you recording it or are you picturing it?
Recording
it.
I saw some of these. Yeah. These people let these cats like fucking control them. What the fuck? That almost doesn't look real.
Oh, nice.
What the fuck is that?
No way.
Ninja cat.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can do that.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you, Johnny. What do you know about? You're talking about rabbits. You know about ferrets? Because I had ferrets, and I remember reading books about them.
I used to have a ferret, a pet ferret.
People had them to hunt rabbits. They'd send them down into the rabbit hole. They'd find one end of the hole, put a net over it or whatnot, and then they'd go find.
They're very good to train. They're like big weasels.
Yeah.
You get American versions as well called pool cats. I had both. I had a ferret and a pool cat at one point, and yeah, they're good for hunting. They're very good for hunting. I'll try and find some videos of them. They're actually quite interesting creatures. Probably better than watching these weird cats.
Well, they also do, fox hunts, right? I mean,
oh yeah.
I guess not the same as they used to, right?
Yeah, there's a painting I have around here of like a fox hunt, or it's probably like a print or something. But like I want to figure out where to put it up once I get everything all organized where it's going, because it's it's like all the guys and the horses and what did they wear, like those little red coats or something?
What do you mean in London?
When they do
fox hunts.
Oh, you mean like fox hunters?
Yeah. Isn't it? They got to wear like
a red blazer.
They do they beat it to death or
red blazer? normally. No, they let the dogs kill it.
That's
normally.
what it was. Yeah.
That's why a lot of people don't like it. That's why all the hippies complain about it, because they say it's inhumane. Because the dogs are sort of like rip it apart.
Oh yeah.
Is that something you can just do? Is it somewhere you can just go and be like, hey, let's go chase
No,
a
you'd
plant?
have to have your own private land. You'd have to be a landowner. Like you'd have to have a big bit of land that you could do it on. You couldn't just do it.
Oh, you'd have to have the dogs. You have to have all the dogs with you. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they got like a place where it's like you could go with them. You know, like they're already doing it.
There might be a place like that if you're like really well off. If you're like a posh guy or something, you got a lot of money, you might be able to pay to go fox hunting. But it's not something you could just do easily.
Animal that is very entertaining to watch. They are smart and curious creatures, and thus require training and lots of interaction with people. Whether you are interested in taking in a ferret as a
Little
pet,
leashes.
or you just can't get enough ferret watching in your life, you've come to the right place. Today, we look at 10 fun ferret facts. Number 1, origin. Ferrets come from the same family as badgers, wolverines, and weasels. The distant ancestry of the domestic ferret is somewhat of a mystery, although they are very closely related to the European polecat. There are often misconceptions about whether ferrets are domesticated, and the short answer is yes, they are. They have been domesticated for probably 2,000 years or more, and were brought to America as pets as long as 300 years
They are
ago.
good pets. I recommend
Number
getting
2,
one, Ben.
terminology. A group of ferrets is called a business of ferrets. Sounds like a pretty important group. Female ferrets are called gills, and males are called hobs.
If you I'll
Baby
warn you
ferrets
though.
are called kits.
I will warn
In
you.
North America,
if you do ever get a pet ferret, I'll give you these top tips, all right? You first off, you want to get a male, because if you get a female, you have to breed her or she'll die.
Yeah.
Basically, when she starts to ovulate, like their version of a period, if you don't breed it, then it dies. It sort of like clogs up her stomach and it kills the ferret. So you have to breed them. So
I can tell you about that
recommend
specifically.
I
To go back
recommend getting
to
the male.
to go back to
And
Ben's
also-
comment about
Sorry, Mr. Self-Destruct. The other thing as well is you've got to make sure that you touch it and hold it as much as possible. Because if you just leave it, they get very vicious and snappy, and they'll bite you if they don't trust you. So you've got to sort of handle it as much as you can and get it used to you.
Yeah, my
So
cousin
what were
had
you
some
saying, Mr. Self-Destruct? Sorry.
I have this cat. She's I guess about 7 years old now, or six years old now. When she was about 4, and she's super fluffy, right? It's like this Norwegian forest cat mixed breed, right? That I got out in the backyard. I'm just like, this cat's too cute. I gotta collect this cat. So I just, and she's great. And but I was like, yeah, she's super furry. Let me just I'll try to find a male cat for her, right? All right. Well, then she's like 4 or 5 years old, and this goes to exactly what Johnny was saying. Is like it's I guess it's a condition called pyometra, PYO-metra, right? The cats don't have periods, right? Like women do. So the lining of the uterus doesn't shed every so often. So the lining of the uterus only sheds when they have, pups or kittens, right?
Yeah.
So they'll get massive bacterial infection over time. Just stays in there, swells up, and it'll kill them.
You can get them. You can get them spaded. That can help. You can get that done to them, but it's a lot of work. Like, you're better off if you're getting a pet. I think a male ferret, and they'll get a bit bigger as well. They'll grow bigger.
Some of them
have them hunt out more rabbits.
Some of them have a slight odor.
Yeah, that's their urine. When they go to the toilet and they shit and they pee, their stuff's really like it smells like ammonia. It's quite strong.
Yeah. Well, they got.
Quite smelly.
Isn't it something like you can get? They got scent gland. Like, it's not like a skunk, but there's something like you can get them like descented. This is like
I'm not. I don't think they can excrete it like a skunk. I don't think they can.
No, it's not like that. It's more like they just got like a extra. I don't know. There's something that they could have removed from them that made them.
Yeah, you're saying like a scent sack or something.
They are quite smelly creatures. When I had them, I kept them outdoors in a hutch. They had like a little indoor bit, but they were better to keep outdoors because of the smell. But you can keep them indoors. You can train them to use litter boxes.
Yes.
They can actually learn, like rabbits as well. I think some rabbits can do that. They can be domesticated.
Are sometimes called sprites, and neutered males are called behavior. Ferrets are not totally nocturnal, but they do tend to sleep for a large part of the day. They are most active at dawn and dusk. However, they usually adapt their sleeping and active times to fit the schedules of their owners. Ideally, ferrets should be kept in a pair or a small group. Same-sex litter mates or neutered males and females can be kept happily together. The name ferret is derived from the Latin furonum, which means thief. Ferret owners can tell you that this is a well-deserved name, as they will happily steal anything they can get their paws on, only to hide it in their house. Hey, while you're here, if you love seeing new videos about your favorite pets and animals, then make sure to like this video and subscribe. Okay, now where were we? Number 4, housing the ferret. Ferrets sleep a lot, usually about 18 hours a day. They are typically active at dawn and dusk, but most ferrets will adapt their sleeping and active times to fit their owner's schedule. Since they sleep for long stretches during the day, most ferrets don't mind spending time in a cage. If you are considering getting a ferret for a pet, you should know that it's recommended for ferrets to spend minimum of 4 hours outside the cage every day. This means you'll need to ferret-proof your house. These creatures are smart and curious and can fit through small spaces you might have overlooked. Make sure there are always toys present for your ferret to play with and chew on. Keep soft bedding on the floor of your ferret's enclosure. Make sure it has a sturdy, double-secured latch on the door because these animals are smart enough to figure out how to open latches. Number 5, food and water. Ferrets are known as obligate carnivores and must eat constantly. Since they can't absorb nutrients from plants, these animals need a diet of animal proteins and fat. Meat, eggs, and cold water fish are excellent foods for ferrets. Grains are not recommended for ferrets since they are difficult for the animals to digest. A ferret's high metabolism means it needs to eat about every 3 to 4 hours. Since food passes through a ferret's digestive system relatively quickly, food must be readily available at all times.
They also like to eat live mice. You can give them mice.
Really?
Like full size?
Yeah, if you put a live mice in their hutch, then they'll just chase it
Oh yeah,
and corner
mice.
it, and they'll eat it like a snake. They start munching on it.
Wow. Now
I saw it was Halloween one night. I don't know if I said this story before, but it was Halloween. I'm like one night, right? Yeah, one night. Had this stray cat that was coming around, and I just walk outside on Halloween, and it's like a full moon too, and there were no lights out back, and like smoking, and I'm like, what's that crunching noise? Grab my flashlight, and I'm looking around, like it's coming from over there. I look at it. This cat is crunching into a whole squirrel. The only thing that was left afterwards was a tail. Like, holy shit, that was wild. On Halloween night. In a full moon.
Yeah, we get a lot of where I live, you get a lot of foxes, a lot of urban foxes that come out early hours in the morning, between like 2 and 5 a.m. They just roam the streets and they try and get into bins, like raccoons do in America. They go around just pulling out bin bags and getting bits of old meat and stuff. And you get badgers like in the local parks around the city. There'll be like little holes in the ground, and you have like badger sets.
That's wild.
They can be quite aggressive as well if you corner them.
Do you know what a nutria is?
Oh yeah, nutria rats.
Yeah, it's some form of a rat that I think came from South America or hybridized over here or something. I mean, it's like, rats have to chew things so that their teeth will be, ground down. Otherwise, their teeth will grow to burst out of their skull.
Right.
But these nutria, they have like, they're large, right? Or they can be large, and they'll destroy entire, like, would you say, like, ecosystems and such, because all of a sudden, there's like, all right, like you're saying before, the mole man, right? The mole man. So it's like they dig massive tunnels under shit, and all of a sudden somebody's walking, break an ankle, fall into a hole that wasn't there yesterday because a fucking giant rat came in.
Ditches in between the roads, on the side of roads and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was another thing too, because the one I'm thinking of was by a little creek, and then it turned out that it's like, oh, aren't they cute? No, I'm like, no, they're fucking vicious looking, and a bird shit on me that day. But I'm like, no, they're fucking vicious looking. It turned out like a year later, or less than a year later, right? That little bridge over that little creek completely collapsed in, just because those nutria had like chewed through steel, Animals are amazing.
Like animals. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We had I probably had like 4 ferrets, and then the 2 that were like the boy and girl, they had baby ferrets, and then the other 2 I had were homosexual ferrets. That's what they were. They lived together. Well, the one was. The other one was more of like just a victim. He wasn't really
you got
for
prison
it,
ferrets.
I just remember like having them fucking ferrets in my room, and like They're just like, but the one's biting the other one, fucking just raping them.
Check out this rat then. Check out this rat leg. China.
Holy shit.
That's what I think of like
That's
when I
about
think
the
of a
size of
Chino
me.
rat. Yeah.
All of a slow mo
cat.
Chinese.
They're lucky that it didn't just attack him. That rat would probably do that, man. Take him out. Take him out with one bite.
You know what a guinea pig is, Johnny? You ever seen a guinea pig?
Yeah, I had a mate who had a guinea pig. Horrible little things.
Oh my god, I had one of them. Well, we had a pet shop, right? So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot about
And
animals.
gerbils. Did you have gerbils as well?
There was gerbils, hamsters, mice, snakes, parakeets, fish. I think we had a caiman one time. A little tiny caiman.
Wow.
We had everything. It was kind of crazy. But I put my guinea pig in with these other guinea pigs, and they were all freaking out. Like they were like making their little weird little like they make this little like like I don't know how to do it, but you know, like a weird noise.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, they're gonna fight, and I reached into to like grab mine, and he bit me, and it was like those weird little guinea pig teeth that are like I don't know, they're fucking big. But I mean, it was like I still have like a little scar on my hand from where. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not really into like getting more animals. I'm getting bit by everything. Like fuck, I'm like, never want more guinea pigs, rabbits.
Did you have any snakes?
Snakes. We had snakes there. All that shit. Monkeys. We had a couple squirrel monkeys.
Wow.
You showed the monkey a mirror.
Always.
You get like
like a monkey.
They were kind of cool. They weren't really like. It's not that they were like not
freaking out
friendly.
about the mirror.
Yeah, he would get crazy. He'd get all anxious and excited.
Because they think it's something else. They think it's a different monkey.
Yeah, that was. That's what I'm saying. It was definitely so. Like everyone, all the kids in my town all knew me as the pet shop boy. So you know, it's
funny title.
So I mean, it's been
brilliant. I might wind down the show now, lads. It's getting quite late over here in England. Thank you for coming on, though. You
absolutely.
Are you doing any show? You've been going on BTM reviews a lot lately, haven't you? Been?
Yeah.
You going on there? You going on there at all soon? Or
I don't know. He had said he was going to do something today, but then he said he was doing something else. I don't know. I always have like a thing. You want to hang out?
I don't think he does Sundays.
Takes day off.
Yeah, I like BTM. BTM's cool. Right,
yeah,
thank you everyone in the chat for tuning in, and thank you for coming on, lads. And I'll catch you very soon. Adios, folks.
Hey, I just wanna say, I'm back. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Now I've made some change in my life. Now I move on in life. Now it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hate on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hate on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. I'm thinking deeply right now. My life without you, it's like wow, but I don't know how to explain this. I don't know why it's happening to me, but I just realize you're not the person you used to be. Now I've left this city. This bullshit is not gonna happen again. Goodbye to the people who hate on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hate on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Life is short. Don't waste time worrying about me, holding the one that cares for you. In the end, they will be there for you. Now I've made it of the world. All memories will be swallowed in the winter snow. This is a sign of goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye to the people who hate on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hate on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hate on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody.